Everyone who is a fan of Survivor probably knows who Courtney is.
I have never been anything but my own winsome personality that has been called every name in the book since day one.
She appeared in Survivor China and almost won the season, even though it seemed like she didn't want to be there the entire time. She also just missed out on making the merge in Heroes vs Villains. Courtney is less remembered for her actual game, but more her ability to tear people to shreds using her smarts and quick wit.
Bad boy because you like poker or something? Do you have a Harley I don't know about?
Courtney was hilarious in China, but rewatching that season hits a little differently in 2021. I was not even in high school yet when I originally watched China, so I definitely wasn't paying attention to or understanding social issues or the problems faced by women on Survivor. The show was an escape for me, and it took me until maybe a few years ago when I realized how awful some of the moments actually were in hindsight.
I need to be warm. Look, you stop snuggling so much because you're scaring the girl.
I do get kind of a creep vibe from Jean Robert, and so does Amanda. Neither one of us likes him.
A lot of the information that will be discussed in this video can be found on Fair Play's Reality NSFW YouTube channel. And I'm not just giving the video a shout out because they reference one of my videos on there.
16 minutes of Courtney Yates ripping into other people. And so,
Courtney goes in depth on all of the issues she faced in China, and Fair Play does a great job giving her a platform to talk about her experience. I highly suggest you go and check it out if you want to see her entire interview. I'll leave a link in the description. So where do I start on Courtney's story out there, since there were so many uncomfortable moments that she faced?
I tried my best to be as far away from Jean Robert in the bathtub as could possibly happen in that place. He had the one on the far end, I took the one on the other far end.
Firstly, when it came to production, Courtney was cast to very clearly fit her role. She talks about how she was told before she even started China that she'd probably be voted out first, since usually younger, small women are easy first votes. She was even told in the game when she was doing confessionals the production wanted her to badmouth other people, and openly told her to move on when she discussed other issues.
The production was just like, they were funny. I'd be like, well, I'm sure they're a nice person, and they're like, why do you even waste our time? You know we're not going to show you saying that. Just get to the
wow.
She discussed a particular example with Todd's sister's miscarriage. Apparently the other players also doubted the situation, and Courtney even waited for someone else to question it before she said anything. But the edit still enabled Courtney to take the most heat. So as Courtney mentions, even though Eric was the first to bring it up,
I gotta get this off my chest. I do not believe Todd's story.
Courtney is the one who gets blamed by the public.
Eric Huffman, the nice Christian boy, actually called bullshit on that, and I was like, excellent, now I can make fun of this.
The door is open.
Yeah, but I was like, but of course nobody cares what he says. They're only like, I'm the mean one.
All of those situations exemplify one thing. Courtney already felt that she couldn't trust production from the very beginning. This will tie into her other experiences later. I might let Courtney explain what she was going through out there.
I think in 2007, it reads as, oh, Courtney's such a bitch. You know, oh, she's a villain. But now, when like the woke children of Reddit read that back, they're like, oh, he's harassing them, and I'm defending myself.
This might potentially come out of nowhere to some Survivor fans, but when you go back and watch Survivor China, some of the moments hit very differently and uncomfortable to watch.
Now there's a whole conversation about Me Too and harassment and things that go on, but back then, the culture was, yeah, that's right, they can say that shit about you right in front of your face.
As pointed out by Courtney in reaction to Jeff's comments on the dance situation in Island of the Idols, moments like this are not unprecedented on Survivor. It wasn't unprecedented, and this wasn't even the first time a situation like this had happened. Certain events were edited to not look as bad as they actually were. For example, I'm sure we all remember the inappropriate conversation between Jean Robert and James about Courtney.
$1 million is one thing, but if you can get $1 million in some ass? No. Come on, James. You know you like that little 70-pound blonde.
This was apparently the G-rated version of the conversation.
They edited in that conversation, which I didn't hear until I saw it on TV, which was a G-rated version of what I had actually heard.
She has said that it got so bad that she actually felt unsafe out there.
I felt unsafe, and so I went to the production and was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here with these people saying this stuff about me.
Production told her that she should wait until her tribe loses a challenge, then she could be voted off. However, she was integral to the Power Players Alliance, so she was kept around in the game. This plays into another unfortunate but real problem facing Courtney throughout China. While Courtney is still in the game trying to get Jean Robert voted out, her alliance wanted to keep Jean Robert around as part of the bigger alliance.
I'm not gonna go for Jean Robert. You know what I mean? It's a smarter idea right now to stay with more of our tribe, and honestly, it has to be Frosty or Shreya.
We saw heated discussions between Courtney and her alliance when she voiced how uncomfortable she was and how she felt that her friends weren't sticking by her. These feelings Courtney had were pushed aside to advance others' games.
Jean Robert could have gone last night.
What?
He could have gone last night.
From the way that I'm playing the game, I need him.
Okay.
From the way you're playing the game, you didn't.
This is similar to the situation in Island of the Idols that resulted in players like Missy, Elizabeth, Aaron, and Lauren being hated by the fans and needing to make apologies. In China, some of these players basically did similar things, where they ignored someone being sexually harassed to progress their game, but they never received the same level of scrutiny.
When I make a point to you guys that, like, this guy does not like me, he's not nice to me, and I don't feel like you stick up for me, I feel like you play, like, okay, well, we need him, so da-da-da. I can't go along with that.
I don't realize that I do that, Courtney. What does she want? Like, what does she expect from me? Right now, I need my numbers, and Jean Robert is one of my numbers. Deal with it, bitch.
Everyone else is playing a game, and so even if it bothered them, they were not willing to sacrifice their position or strategy or whatever. And so, like, okay, well, then you're not my friend, but okay, like, I don't care.
I think it's interesting how this situation isn't discussed in the Survivor community, and many don't realize what actually was happening. I'm sure we all remember Courtney's hilarious and sassy confessional about not having any real friends in the game.
I don't feel like I really need to be anybody's friend in this game. I dislike everyone else more than I dislike Todd and Amanda. I think they mistake that for friendship.
However, I don't think we realized or fully understood the meaning behind what she was saying.
I dislike other people more than I dislike you two, but, like, let's be clear, you're not my friend, you know? Like, this is not okay.
She was always using humor and jokes out there, but it seems to have been a mask to cover up a lot of sadness and trauma that she was going through. I've been guilty of this too, but fans still sometimes play up the Courtney vs. Jean Robert feud as if it's a fun thing, when it really went beyond the game. It's not a fun feud, it's another example of the other players in production messing up and not dealing with sexual harassment on Survivor. Finally, there was also the situation with the discussion around Courtney's weight throughout the season, which has aged really badly.
I don't see how this girl's gonna live 30 days. I mean, I've seen anorexic girls have more meat on their bones than this girl has.
I remember there being a large media frenzy over Courtney at the time. There were segments about her weight on Entertainment Tonight even. You can easily find articles online from the time with quotes like, "Will she die of malnutrition before the season finale?" It was completely out of hand, considering there was no proof besides the fact that she's skinny. Then came the reunion when Jeff asked if Courtney had an eating disorder in the most inappropriate way possible.
You came off the show at 86 pounds, so you lost 7% of your body weight. Anorexic, eating disorder, what's the deal? Answer the question.
Well, Jeff.
I get that Jeff was probably trying to address the media around Courtney at the time, but there could have been much better ways to handle the situation than what he went with. I really don't think he was on his A game at the Survivor China reunion.
Aaron, dating Jamie, are you still a virgin? Of course.
It was just a cherry on top of everything Courtney had to go through in China. Courtney's story and edit has always kind of irked me, so I'm wondering if it has with others too. I know this is going to be a controversial video that may cause some disagreement in the comments, but I want to remind everyone to please be respectful and kind to others. I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this video, as it's a very serious topic. I do plan on making more light-hearted videos soon, since I don't want to come across as a complainer.
Always need a complainer.
I thought I was a complainer.
I just enjoy analysing Survivor issues because I love the show. I want the show to be the best that it can be. I also want to know whether you think the show is starting to move in a better direction now, and what you are hoping to see done differently. It would be greatly appreciated if you could like my video, comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, since that's the best way to tell what people actually want. Remember to stay safe, have a great day, and stay eager.
If you and Courtney think it's your thing, you guys need to resolve it. It's not something that any of the rest of us can do.